What's going on, guys? Sparrow here today, and today we're going to be reacting to Vampiolence Part 2 by Scribbler. Okay, this was... The first part to this was actually really good. Really good opening, really good introduction. I'm going to try and remember the names. Varon was the bad guy. That is, Vinyl's father, who her real name is Vanelda. I listened through again and realized I had a few things incorrect. Like, at one point I thought he was going to rape the mom, but apparently all he was doing was just, ripping her skirt away because that's where Vanelda was hiding. So, yeah, I got a few things incorrect while listening to it the first time, but that's normal to happen. Other than that, I think I'm caught up basically to where I should be on this. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to just getting more informed on this whole backstory. Like, what made them conceive this child? What was the deal that was made? Why? Why did she choose to have a daughter/son with a demon? Anyways, I'm done rambling. Let's just get this going. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, you.
Volume
Yes,
should be
you,
safe.
watching this video. Do you want to own a piece of Scribbler? Only not
Yes.
a lock of hair or blood or flesh or anything else that will get you in trouble with the law? Well, now you can, with t-shirts, hoodies, tote bags, and mugs featuring Obab Scribbler at her Teespring store. You know you want to.
That's adorable.
I shall now stop talking in third person and send you on to the video. Be
It's
lovely
adorable.
to each other and enjoy the show.
I don't know how long this is either, but that artwork right there in the intro, yeah, one of those is from Vampiolence Part 1. What's coming? I have no idea. One more notch.
Octavia!
Shit!
Vinyl acted instinctively.
Hey, Lost. How you
Her
doing?
horn flared. At once, half a dozen things on the sideboard rose up.
Oh boy,
Each became
jeez.
a sparkling blue missile. At least
Not
until
happy.
Voron spun around
Okay,
and held
yeah.
Octavia in front of him like a shield.
There we go.
With precision, honed by hundreds of hours' practice, manipulating multiple things at once on her turntables, Vinyl halted every single object in mid-air.
Do you not see, Vanelda?
Shut up.
Your attachment to this pony makes you weak. If you truly meant to strike me down, you would not hesitate.
Voron peered
She
around
has a heart.
at Octavia, smiling so she could see his
sorta.
fangs. His eyes
Since she already died
gleamed.
once, so
He wasn't full
well,
red yet,
once.
but he wasn't trying to hide his reactions
I don't know about
either.
this.
Or maybe you are deceiving yourself. Maybe you long to return to me after all. Life was good when we traveled together.
Dude, if she's threatening you,
miss
she
that.
wants nothing to do with
Don't
you.
you, my pretty Vanelda?
That name.
Oh
That
dear.
damned name.
My name is Final, and I will never come back to you.
Never say
God,
never,
that
my
sounds so
dear.
much like this. So much like Lost. It's
Daddy?
it is.
Hope flared.
Ooh.
Was she still alive? Vinyl could now see
Oh
the
no.
wound on
Is it going in the direction I
Octavia's
think it's
chest.
going?
A ring
This is
of
gonna be
red
horrible
marked
if
the
it
edge
is.
of Voron's hoofprint, like the marks Vinyl herself had left in the terrible tasting dough she had made the one time Octavia tried to teach her how to bake. No doubt ribs were broken, but Octavia was still alive. That was the most important thing.
Tabby, baby, hold on. I'll get us out of this, I promise.
An empty promise, I can assure you.
Voron said mildly.
Want to
I could
challenge so
snap
shorts,
her
buddy?
neck right now and be done with this charade.
Don't you dare!
Well, she's got a
Vinyl
cut on her
all but
hoof, so
shrieked. He smiled. He actually smiled at her, like this was some big joke. To him, it probably was.
You have developed some fire in your belly, Vanelda.
oh, boy.
Maybe this little detour into the mundane was not such a waste after all. I must confess,
It's something that you can't feel.
when you deserted your fealty to me, I was very, very angry at you. To choose death over your own father. and then to find out you lied about it? Such behavior is not becoming of a dutiful daughter.
Wait a minute.
But if living among mortals has given you some new fire, then it might be worth something. I have more use for a fiery pony than I do for a milksop.
He tilted his head to one side as if considering his own outdated language.
Of course, fire is only useful if it can be made to burn the right things. A fire that runs unchecked is useless and leaves behind only ash.
Vinyl's mind ricocheted from possibility to possibility. Maybe she could levitate
Do the right
Octavia
thing,
out
Vinyl.
of his grip, or cause a distraction outside. She was used to Fine controlling multiple strands of telekinesis at once. He had never known her before she learned how to do that. Or
What
maybe
unicorns can do.
Benelda, you are not paying attention to me.
the faintest hint of
No one
irritation
cares.
fringed
That's why.
Voron's tone. Her breath caught in her throat and ice water washed through her veins.
Apologize for your rudeness.
Sorry.
She tapped down on herself. Voron frowned. It did not make his face any less handsome, but it did sharpen his features. He looked colder, older, more like the truth that
Aged.
lurked beneath his smiles.
Benelda, apologize or I shall...
He didn't
I
get
will
any
kill you.
further. Quivering in his stomach was the knife Octavia had secretly grabbed from the kitchen counter.
Oh,
when he had her
good
pinned
way to go,
beside it.
Octavia.
Her limbs were still contorted from how far she'd been forced to bend to even get it that high behind her. She gasped, clearly having jarred her chest.
She's probably got a
Nonetheless, she shoved
bruise
further
lung or
backwards,
something.
jiggling the hilt like
got
it was
broken
the
ribs,
last
but
thing she
probably
would
bruised
ever
lung as
do.
well if it's up higher in the chest area.
Lionel. While he's distracted,
She wheezed.
run! Run away, it's all the back!
Oh. Call back to
Voron
the
roared with
part one.
pain and rage. In a blur of motion, he lifted Octavia and slammed her against the kitchen floor.
You son of a bitch.
A ragged triangle of red appeared on the tiles, corner marked by half a broken tooth.
Oh.
He was lifting her again when Vinyl
Jesus
struck.
criminy.
A toaster smacked into his head.
Ouch.
Before he could recover, a glowing blue electric mixer swept his hooves from under him
Well, let's
and
see.
slammed
He's
against his
immortal.
left leg.
How you killing
It hammered
immortal?
down
Silver
again
bullet,
and
crucifix.
again, matching the toaster's attack on his right leg and eliciting a fresh roar.
That is so many sound effects mix.
While the machines tried to turn his bones to mush inside him, plates, pots, pans, and dishes flew from the cabinets to smash into his face. Sharp
Get him,
fragments
Lionel.
of crockery rose up and jammed into whatever white fur and flesh they could find. Voron was forced to shield his eyes against hundreds of razor shards, which instead buried themselves in
Again,
his
great
forearms
artwork.
and hooves.
Again,
Kitchen
don't know who
drawers
did the
hung
art.
open and
I
cutlery
think it's the
shot
same
out
artist
like
as last time.
silvery arrows. It was an all-out
Seeing
chaotic,
this one
unplanned
is
assault
not as
that would not
detailed
stop him
as
in
the original
long
style.
run.
It's in a totally different
Yet
kind of
Vinyl
style.
was not interested in the long run. She just cared about getting
This is kind of a more
away
comic
from him
book
now.
kind of style.
She rushed in and pulled Octavia away from him as he flailed. Octavia panted in agony. Vinyl was forced to pull strands of her magic away from the assault to prop up the injured earth pony. No way could she walk on her own anymore. If they were getting out of here, they were doing it under Vinyl's power.
Come on!
She hissed. Galloping into the hall, Octavia floated behind her like a marionette with tangled strings. If they could make it outside,
Oh,
they would be
marionette.
in a better position. This was a nice neighborhood, and Ponyville was a nice town full of nice ponies. The houses were far apart, since the street had been designed by city planners, who valued greenery over squeezing in as many properties as possible. But if she could at least get Octavia somewhere safe,
I
then
used to let there be any
maybe.
ads. I really hate
She
editing
didn't
those
see
out.
the dark shape waiting on the stairs. If she had, she would not have run past it for the front door. She might even have been able to defend herself. though her horn and mind strained to maintain so much divided magic already. Instead, something heavy and laughing propelled into her back at speed. Her belly skidded along the hallway carpet, leaving clumps of white hair behind from the friction. She instantly tried to turn over, but whoever had landed on her pinned her down. Grunting, she tried to peel just one more strand of magic from her dwindling reserves. Blinded, bullwhipping the telekinesis behind her,
Naughty.
giggled a voice in her ear. It sounded like what you would get if you mixed
Fuck
a
is that?
nightingale with a hacksaw.
No using magic, naughty girl.
Vinyl would have gasped if she had
That's
been able.
creepy. I don't like
The
it.
mangled toaster landed on the welcome mat a few inches from her nose.
Again, clueless on who the...
Voron's
Again, I'm
roar
clueless on
was
who, is
terrible
voicing
to
the
hear.
character.
Vinyl's mind all
Kind
but
of sounds like
locked
Scribbler,
up
but
in terror.
could be Party Blossom
Only
again.
thoughts of Octavia kept her from becoming a gibbering mass of
I'm
cold
guessing this is one of
apologies and
Varen's
fresh
very many
She retracted
children.
all telekinesis from the kitchen and concentrated on unlocking the door to quickly levitate Tavy through it. It
Like-
didn't matter if she
Huh?
locked away herself, as long as Tavy was safe.
I'll listen to it again.
Some pony
later
would
on.
find her and take her to the hospital. She had faith that the ponies of Ponyville would not let an injured mare lay in the street unattended. She got
At
as
what cost,
far
though?
as turning the doorknob.
Naughty girls must be punished. Nap time now.
A hoof rocketed into the back of Vinyl's head.
Ouch.
Darkness
Yeah,
swallowed
that's
her.
gotta be one of Varen's many, many children that are loyal to him. She's not very loyal. Like, he brought backup, just in case. Which doesn't seem very fitting of his kind of villain. It just doesn't seem fitting, like, his villainy kind of style. He seems more like the lone wolf type. Not the I need reinforcements
She crept
type.
back to the lair like a mouse stealing food from the cat's bowl.
Okay.
All her stealth meant nothing, however. Voron only had to probe the link to know
Voron.
exactly where she
Same
was.
Voron. Voron.
That he didn't immediately summon her to him was unusual, but she wasn't complaining. She
Okay.
slunk to her designated room, closed the door with a soft click, and sat on the bed that was not her own. Pictures of some other filly's family stared accusingly at her from the dresser. The filly this room really belonged to had a frame all to herself. The photo had been taken at some sort of dance recital, where she had posed on stage in a wonky arabesque. Her coat was a lovely shade of lavender, her mane sugary pink. Close to the camera was an older mare who shared enough resemblance to be a relative. She was clapping her forehooves in blurred applause, face lit by a grin. The moment spoke of many similar ones, a collection of happy events strung together to form a life in which Vanelda had no place. She got up to turn all the photos face down. She couldn't bring herself to throw them in the trash, but she couldn't stand staring at them either.
I'm sorry, Clover.
She whispered. She wished her only knowledge was through pictures. No pony should have to look at a photo and know
I'm
what a
confused.
pony sounded like as they laughed over ice cream, and also as they cried and begged for their life.
Are we in the past now,
I
or...
didn't want to. I'm so sorry.
If only Clover hadn't lived in this house.
This has
If
gotta
only she hadn't been
be... This
so
has gotta
socially
be back
awkward
in the
and
past.
dreadfully easy to befriend. If only she hadn't been too lonely to ask the questions that might have kept her alive. If only Voron could go and jump off a cliff instead of moving from town to town all the time.
This is so the strain.
Vanelda's belly
It's so
felt
the strain.
bloated. She had expected Voron to call her to him immediately, so
Moving
she
from
had
town
eaten
to
too
town,
much in
place to
preparation.
place.
Habitually, she
The
walked to
coffin.
the corners of her mouth. She was fastidious, but always felt like there were telltale signs of what she'd been up to.
Destroying
She
those
had
that you
never
love
quite gotten
because
past
they're
her first
weakness
meeting,
in his eyes.
when she had gone full red and ripped a rabbit to pieces. Not even its thready scream had
Yikes.
been enough to wake her from her frenzy. She had come to
Okay, so
later,
this has got to be vinyl
stained
because
so
in the previous
extensively
one,
that not a scrap of white
Voron,
fur was left.
it's in the
Ever
right, yeah.
since,
Voron
she had kept
said
herself so
that this is the
clean
first
that in
unicorn
another
child that he's ever
lifetime,
had.
teachers and
So
friends she'd never had might have whispered,
this is vinyl right here,
"Oh,
or
see
Vanelda,
me."
excuse me.
She waited. Good girls waited. She hadn't always been a good girl, but beat a dog enough and it soon learns obedience. Ponies are no different. Not even monsters like
Again,
her.
great artwork. I don't know who did it.
She waited for hours. Dawn painted the horizon.
I've seen it before, but I don't know who it is. There's so many good artists in this fandom that it's ridiculous.
The sky was completely blue and the neighborhood stirring by the time Voron returned. He didn't usually risk compromising their secrecy by letting ponies see them entering or leaving this house. He must have had a good reason for doing so now. What it could be made Vanelda shudder. The front door opened and shut. Voron's hoofsteps clattered against the tiled hall floor.
Vanelda,
Her
Vanelda?
bloated belly roiled.
come here, sweetness.
Oh god.
She couldn't resist a direct order. She did, however, drag her hooves as she left Clover's room and descended the stairs.
Wait a minute.
Voron waited at the bottom. He stood upright, a bundle of rags draped across his forelegs.
Ah, there you are.
Wait a minute.
Did you feed well last night?
Oh!
Good.
Now I get what happened in the room. Okay,
There was a
I got it. I know why
strange
she's
gleam
sorry.
in his eyes.
Come here.
So she's very
I have
rebellious against her
somebody I want you
father.
to meet.
Meat?
She eyed the bundle.
Good lord.
It was moving. Her heart sank.
Okay, I saw the art, so I think I know what it is, considering what's coming up on the screen right now. It's a baby.
He did that sometime. She wasn't sure if it was a
Dude.
test of loyalty, obedience, or something else. It might just have been that he enjoyed watching things
Okay.
die. It was bad enough when he brought her animals, but that bundle, there was a hoof poking from the folds of fabric. A tiny soft hoof, not yet old enough to bear its owner's weight.
Voron is a freaking monster. Man. Forcing you to kill a baby?
It's all right, little one.
Or a full?
Voron's tone was as gentle as a summer breeze. The hoof pressed against his nose.
Oh no.
Its owner giggled. Voron's smile showed every single one of his teeth.
Vanelda, say hello to your little sister.
Oh.
Her name is Vellum.
Suddenly,
Wow.
Vanelda wanted to empty the contents of her belly all over the floor.
He
The face
converted a
looking up at her
child.
from the
Oh,
outstretched
man.
bundle was adorable. A chubby foal with cheeks begging to be pinched, and a giggle to make any mare broody. She held out her forelegs, demanding to be
So
picked
does
up.
the...
The only thing spoiling her
His genes must be
appearance
powerful
was
because
the
they all
abundance
look
of red
exactly the
stains
same.
around
Same
her
mane
mouth,
color, same coat
and the
color.
tiny fangs indenting her lower lip.
My first successful Pegasus cat.
Voron said proudly.
Okay.
Can you believe her mother's husband thought she was his? His screams were hilarious when he found her empty crib. We'll be moving on tonight. I have what I came for.
Vanelda's head snapped up.
Oh!
This was why he had made her come here?
That's who she...
This
That's who
was
stopped
why he had
vinyl.
made her
That's
do
who
what
stopped
he had
vinyl.
done?
You will
Her
look
sister,
after Vellum while I sleep.
Who is more, you know,
I will teach you
obedient
both
to her
from now
father.
on. She is by far the youngest daughter I've ever brought into the
Damn.
fold. Maybe this age will make her more...
But why did she
beatable
sound
than
so
her
freaking creepy?
predecessors. She might even survive as long as you have. I do so want a Pegasus in the family.
Voron went on blithely. Vanelda swallowed.
Daddy, I don't think...
You do not think at all, sweetness.
Something dark
This is
laced his
wrong.
words. It was not an observation, but an
I
order.
mean,
You are not meant
the
to
thought
think.
is,
You are
you know,
just meant to
somewhat
do.
nice, but
Good girls.
seriously,
Do not question
a baby?
what their daddies tell them, Vanelda.
Really?
And you do wish to be a good girl, do you not?
So I really would like to know what the deal is. What kind of deal are they...
She squeaked.
What kind of deal are they
Because
making
what do bad
to
girls
conceive a child?
get?
Punished.
Indeed they do. And it has been so very long since I had to punish you, sweetness. It would be a shame if you forced me to break that streak through your own misbehavior.
He raised his eyes as if in thought.
Or break you. I'm not sure which.
She swallowed
Jesus
and held out her
Christ.
forelegs to accept the bundle. However, instead of passing it over like she expected, Voron put it down on the floor and peeled back the
Why
wrappings.
is it so cute?
It
Why
was
is
a
this
shredded,
artwork so fucking cute?
blood-stained baby blanket.
That's my question.
Sit there, Vellum. That's a good girl.
The foal rocked
And
back
what
and
was his name?
forth,
Belle?
giggling and sucking her own hoof. She was too old
That's
for
not
diapers,
good.
but seemed not to know much language.
Daddy is hungry after giving you so much of his blood, little one. He needs to feed now.
What?
Voron held the foal's gaze directly.
How does he have blood if he's dead?
Stay there like a good girl.
The old panic rose inside Vanelda like a column of ice. It lodged in her throat when Voron looked at her. The whole world seemed a little bit colder when he got that look. She knew better than to back away, but it was hard to fight down the instinct when he approached.
Lay down, Vanelda.
Very
You
intimidating.
know better than to keep Daddy waiting.
Dutifully, she tucked her legs under her and rolled over. The motion made her nauseous. Voron looming above made it worse. She shut her eyes. She should be used to this by now. It shouldn't
She's
be
not...
this difficult
You're no
anymore.
father.
She shouldn't mind.
Fathers don't
Good
freaking...
girls wanted their fathers to be happy. She wanted to be a good girl.
Fathers
She
don't scare their
so
children to death.
wanted to be
Don't
a...
force their children to do shit.
She winced when his fangs pierced her upper abdomen. They seemed to lengthen when they were past the first layer of skin and subcutaneous fat, stretching past what lay between
And
him
then
and
using
his
your child as
prize.
your feeding
When he began sucking,
supply?
her throat tightened at the draining
Food supply?
sensation.
use.
Her bloat subsided, but the nausea remained. When Voron made an appreciative noise, it was all she could
Can
do
someone just kill this
not
bastard,
to cry
please?
out. When he was finished, she stayed where she was, made dizzy by the sudden loss of nutrients. He had taken more than usual. She opened her eyes to a spinning room and had to wait until it stopped before getting shakily to her hooves. She froze
Yeah, I
when
bet.
she heard the sound of someone clapping. Vellum giggled enthusiastically.
Vellum?
Little forehooves tapping in what seemed like approval. She was still exactly where Voron had told her to stay. She had watched
Oh,
the
is she
whole
alone as
thing.
TV shit? Or
She
something like that?
immediately held her forelegs out, demanding that Voron pick her up. He did so.
I don't care if I swear because
laughing when she
this is
insisted on
unmonetized
hugging him
anyways,
and
so
nuzzling into his embrace
technically.
like he really was her father. Vanelda could only watch, suffused with dread at the sight.
There's my good girl.
So that two-stroke final down was her sister. Title card by Doodle Jinx. Okay. Excellent job. Okay, Vellum, Magpie Pony. Yep, knew that one. Why is there a red scribbler in the corner? That was really short. Then again, I saw the actual length. It was like 25 minutes only. It's just fine. Makes rendering a lot more easier for me. Okay, that was Vampiolence Part 2. Wow, this one was very... it wasn't as messed up as the first part. Possibly. We got, excuse me, we got more into Vinyl's backstory after, she was taken by this dickhead. What's his name? Voron? Voron is... I want to know more what goes on behind these deals. Like, how does this deal work with him, making these deals with marriage to have children, and then for them to be taken away on, a certain day? It seems like either at their birth or at their 18th birthday, depending on how the deal goes. But again, reminding me a lot of the Strain. A lot. Because Voron just matches the Master all too perfectly. Like, he is just relentless. He doesn't care about in this case, ponies. Doesn't care at all about ponies. He just cares about death and whatever he wants. That's exactly how the Master was. He didn't care what he did. He just wanted power. As long as he got what he wanted, he was happy. Like, there's a scene in, I can't remember what season, like season 3, where one of the people who is trying to get immortality, which was Eldridge Palmer, he's like the guy who's like providing the funds and all that stuff. He's like a millionaire. And he's trying to provide the Master with what he needs to basically fulfill his plan. But in doing so, he gets, a girl, and Eldritch is one of those people who has always been sick his entire life. Like, he's bound to like a medical bed. He is on the verge of dying. So, yeah, he hasn't really ever had a life. So when he gets a girl, her name is Coco, and she, makes him happy. But the Master sees that, this is a thing that's a problem. Because she eventually finds out, something's up. But she never does anything, evil. But she goes against, like, what Eldritch is supposed to do. And they try to make, an equal game. Like, they're equals. But nope. The Master will not have any of that. And eventually infects her and kills her. Well, he doesn't kill her. He actually turns Coco into one of his servants. Like I said, there's different kind of characters in this. There's the ones who are just like the defenses. Then there's the sentient Strigoi, which is just a fancy word for vampires. Which the sentients are like Ike Horst, who's his right-hand man. Kelly was Zach's mother. She was the one who was seeking out... what role did Zach play again? Oh yeah, he was the one who was supposed to basically lead the Master's mission and finish it all. He was like the secret weapon. And yeah, there was just a lot. There was ones with like, reasoning for new bodies for the Master. There was all sorts of different kind of sentient Strigoi. But that's who Voron is reminding me a lot of, because he is ruthless, he's cunning, he's intimidating. And no matter what form the Master took, it was always intimidating, except for his first form. When he revealed what he looked like in the show, sorry. When he revealed what he looked like in the show, oh my god, did he look ridiculous. Like, the second form that he takes is much better. But he jumps from body to body, he basically uses intimidation to get what he wants. This is what Voron is reminding me of a lot. Like, first of all, the child, I guess, I think it's just a lie, and that's one of his children. Like, she was just the actually, no, let me take that back. She was old enough, so I'm guessing she's probably, like, maybe a year old, 2 years old, maybe. No. Probably around maybe a few months old. Like, I don't know what it is for ponies. I don't know what the age difference is. But pretty much, she gained when Vino was being fed on as a food supply for Voron. Basically, she took a liking to it and became, she basically saw it and she's like, oh, I like this. Good job, Daddy. She likes it. So she's into this thing final isn't. Or Vanilda, my bad. So I was confused at the end of the first part of it, but now that they reveal, you know, she had a sister or a little shit that enjoys this kind of stuff, makes sense that she would stop her and, you know, make it so that Voron, you know, wins. But, okay. Yeah, they need to kill Voron. Voron is a freaking jerk. He's the villain. He's definitely the villain. He's the master from the strain. Seriously, he is. He's intimidating. He's mischievous. He is smart, strong, very, very cunning, and yeah, he's just one of those. It's one of those villains that you just want to die. But I don't know. There's just so much to this villain, and Goody is doing a magnificent job as his character. Like, he's being very cunning, very ruthless, very you know, just to the point of where you're like clenching your fist, wanting him to die. So yeah, this was really good, and I don't know how long this is, but I'm guessing maybe 2 more parts is about how long it is, because I don't think Scribbler would just go with like one story, but I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. Again, very, very, you know, very malevolent, very gruesome, very, yeah, just, yeah, grotesque. That's the word I was looking for. This was a lot of fun. Very gruesome, very grotesque, very, yeah, it's just a lot of fun listening to this kind of stuff in Halloween. Or in, excuse me, October. So, can't wait for the next one. That'll probably be released next Friday. And yeah, I'm gonna definitely be looking forward to that. So until next time, guys, let me try that one again. So until next time, guys, that's all for now. Like, comment, subscribe for more. I do readings, I do reactions. Hit the bell icon if you want more, want to be notified about everything that I upload. I've got another story coming this month, but it won't be out until the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st, which they'll be released in parts. So, thank you guys for everything, and until next time, I'm out for now, and yeah, happy horrors until next time, and take care.